Good evening. A retired female superintendent of police lost her life in a fire which destroyed her home in Hopewell, Hanover this morning. She has been identified as 89-year-old Elena Nisbet of Bamboo Drive address in Hopewell, Hanover. Reports are that shortly after 3:30 a.m., residents saw fire coming from Nisbet's house and alerted the Hanover Fire Department. 2 units responded, and upon their arrival, the concrete dwelling house occupied by the elderly retired police officer was seen engulfed in flames. It took the firefighters over an hour to get the blaze under control, and following cooling down operations, Nisbet's charred remains were discovered inside her room. An investigation has been launched by the fire department to determine the cause of fire, and also by the Hanover Police to determine if foul play is involved. Meanwhile, the police high command has expressed sincere condolences to the family and friends and loved ones of retired Assistant Superintendent of Police 89-year-old Elena Nisbet. ASP Nisbet gave a sterling service to the police over Jamaica for over 33 years. She joined the Jamaica Constabulary Force in November 1960 and was posted in St. Elizabeth. She was later transferred to St. James Division, where she served up to the time of her retirement. Investigations are ongoing into the circumstances which started the fire. Former PNP President and Leader of Opposition, Dr. Peter Phillips, has expressed disappointment at what he says is slow social progress in Jamaica. Here's Colleen May with the details.
Former People's National Party PNP President and Leader of the Opposition, Dr. Peter Phillips, is expressing disappointment at the slow pace of social progress made in the country over the last 50 years. Dr. Phillips made the observation while addressing party faithfuls in his East Central St. Andrew constituency on the weekend.
The fact of the matter is, this last month we have celebrated 60 years of Jamaica's independence. The people of Jamaica need a strong People's National Party. We also have to be aware of changes in the currents of politics. We have to be honest with ourselves about what we have accomplished and what remains to be done. In 1970, when I was leaving university, I thought we as a people would have accomplished much more than we have. That's just the truth. And I think that we have to acknowledge those truths. Jamaica today, in the Caribbean, has the worst crime situation of the entire Caribbean. Jamaica today has a lower per capita income today, 2022, than we had in 1970. And we are leaving each year more than 50% of our children behind in the race for a good education. If we don't change those things in our country, our corner dark.
The former PNP president says that blaming each other will not solve the issues facing the country.
I want to say, simply put, that taking all our energy and arguing along a line that cuss the other people and say, you make it bad, and them cuss we and say, no, you make it bad, and we go on that way, is not solving the problem. The People's National Party that I was persuaded to cast my lot with was a party committed to the mobilization of the entire Jamaican people. We mobilized the people to build an independent country. We mobilized the people to take on the challenges of the times. And in mobilizing the people, we were even willing to engage with those who opposed us politically. And I believe we have to acknowledge now that the solutions to the problems of our country requires us to be as bold, as forthcoming, as open, as engaged with the entire Jamaican population, including labor rights, so that we can move forward. Because God forbid that another 60 years should pass and we leave these deficits, these failings in our national life still unanswered.
Dr. Phillips says that the PNP is the party that is equipped to take on the mission of mobilizing the country to move forward.
And I believe sincerely that the People's National Party is the only group that I see with the vision to take on this mission of mobilizing the country to move Jamaica forward. I hear other people that are going to come to pick no quarrel. But even without picking a quarrel, the truth must be told. I hear other people say they want a consensus on crime. I want one. I think one is good. But history should record we went through 2018 and 2019 pleading. So I am begging one thing. Don't use the need for a consensus as a political football and a weapon for one side bounce the other and another. If you want to talk, you don't even have to announce that you want to talk. Just talk. Just come forward and talk, and let us go forward and provide the Jamaican people with a better future than they have had a past.
Reporting for Mello TV News, I'm Killeen May.
The role of Jamaica's first Prime Minister, national hero, the Right Excellent Sir Alexander Bustamante in enhancing the island's cultural tourism product was boosted on the weekend with the unveiling of a life-size statue of him on the front lawn of the Hanover Parish Library in Lucy. The significance of the event was highlighted by several speakers headed by Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who spearheaded the unveiling. While the statue was the brainchild of Member of Parliament for Hanover Western, Tamika Davis, it was grant-funded by the Tourism Product Development Company, TPDCO, to the tune of $3 million under its Spruce Up Pond Corner program. Prime Minister Holness noted that the unveiling of Sir Bustamante's statue and highlighting his contribution to Jamaica came on the heels of Jamaica's 60th anniversary of independence.
In recognition of the anniversary of Jamaica's 60th year of independence, Member of Parliament Tamika Davis decided to highlight the Right Excellent Sir Alexander Bustamante's contribution to nation building. This will be done, or this has been done, through the erection of a monument, a life-size statue of Sir Bustamante, accompanied by 2 storyboards. This monument captures Bustamante's early life, his involvement in the labor movement of the 1930s, the formation of political parties, the granting of universal adult suffrage, Jamaica's involvement in the West Indies Federation, and of course, Jamaica's independence. This monument provides an opportunity for the local community members and other Jamaican citizens and visitors to the island to learn and appreciate the first Prime Minister of Independence and our national hero.
Underscoring the importance of monuments, Prime Minister Holness defended the value of putting up historically significant monuments and improving the value of civic administration and for the country's heritage.
Organized by the Ministry of Tourism, the Member of Parliament, Tamika, received funding for the project. The statue is placed here at the Hanover Parish Library for the benefit of residents of Hanover as well as locals and tourists. So this has to be a place where we encourage people to come and to see it. So this was done with a grant from the Tourism Product Development Company of 3 million Jamaican dollars. And I believe it is money well spent. There is a sense in Jamaica, and I've been just observing conversations, that if you spend resources on improving infrastructure, such as a monument, building a new monument, because that is a particular kind of infrastructure, improving civic building, building a new parliament, for example, there is a sense that it's a waste of money. The irony, of course, is that the more we devalue our history, we devalue our monuments, we devalue our civil bureaucracy and our administration, it is the less likely they will perform to the standards that you want them.
The Bustamante Monument complements a replica of his birth home at Blenheim. The Lucy Square is also named after him. The monument was also welcomed by Mayor of Lucy, Councillor Sheridan Samuels, who spoke highly of the significance of the monument being placed in the parish.
Sir Alexander Bustamante was born in the cool, calm community of Blenheim. And you know what? Blenheim is in the division that I represented. He was never afraid to defend the poor and those who are in need. He was called the undisputed champion of the working class, the chief, the title given to him as he led and represented the people of Jamaica. Buster, as he was affectionately called, formed the Jamaica Labour Party. He was the first leader and became the first Prime Minister of independent Jamaica. I came here today for TPDCO to continue the good work that they have been doing and assist the municipal corporation in helping us in some way to put this statue of Sir Alexander Bustamante in the town square of Lucy, so that persons would by no least know where and know the name of that square itself. Rehabilitation has been done to the Blenheim Road leading to his birthplace at a cost of approximately $20 million. And these funds were made available by the Ministry of Local Government through our Minister, Minister Mackenzie, of which, again, I am grateful.
TPDCO's Director of Product Development and Community Tourism, Lionel Myrie, explained that part of its role was to diversify and enhance Jamaica's tourism product.
I am thrilled today to be in the parish of Hanover, the parish that gave us our first Prime Minister of Jamaica, the parish that boasts former Governor General, the Most Honorable Professor Sir Kenneth Hall, and Spring Queen Merlin Ottey, and which is part of the tourist destination area dubbed the capital of casual Negril. I believe this unveiling is timely as we simmer down from the high of our independence celebrations. It is also strategic that this monument is placed here at the Hanover Parish Library, a place where the transfer of knowledge is anticipated. Ladies and gentlemen, part of TPDCO's role is to diversify and enhance Jamaica's tourism product. Our heritage is an important aspect of what makes us unique. And in addition to our service excellence, we can leverage our uniqueness to distinguish brand Jamaica.
In other news this evening, the National Land Agency and Commissioner of Lands is advising the public that it has not issued any publication and/or statements that lands are available for sale within the Old Harbour St. Catherine area or its environs. This includes properties in the Church Street and Tetford areas. The National Land Agency and Commissioner of Lands are therefore advising potential investors to do their due diligence before engaging in any arrangement for these lands or any other properties. When lands and/or properties are available for sale or divestment by the National Land Agency or the Commission of Lands, they are advertised on the agency's website at www.nla.gov.jm, in the newspaper, and at various locations within locality to the land or property, to include post offices, police stations, and tax offices. The National Land Agency and the Commission of Lands urge members of the public to exercise vigilance and contact the agency if they have queries about any land or property. A man who was shot and injured and a firearm taken from him during a confrontation with the police in Orange Bay, Hanover on Sunday, August 7, has been charged. Charged with assault at common law, shooting with intent, and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition is 21-year-old Marvin Facey, otherwise called Prince, of Santoy District, Hanover. Reports are that about 9:45 p.m., Facey allegedly opened fire at the police team. During the gunfight, he was shot and injured, and one Hayward Stream 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 16 9mm cartridges taken from him. He was taken to hospital for treatment. His court date is being arranged. The Freeport Police in St. James have commenced an investigation surrounding the death of a businessman who was shot and killed by armed men in the Bottom Pen community yesterday afternoon. The deceased has been identified as 27-year-old Michael Christie, a businessman also of Bottom Pen. Reports by the police are that at about 3:30 p.m., Christie was standing along the roadway in his community when he was approached by men traveling in a Toyota Axio motor car. The occupants of the vehicle reportedly brandished handguns and opened fire, hitting Christie multiple times before speeding away from the scene. The police were summoned, and upon arrival, Christie was discovered lying in a pool of blood with multiple gunshot wounds to his upper body. He was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. And those are the stories making the news. I'm Nicole Hales. Thanks for watching.